everyone, and welcome to our Offer Holders Live session here today for the Sustainable Tourism and Global Challenges programme at the University of Glasgow's School of Social and Environmental Sustainability. My name is Amy. I am delighted to be here today with you all. We are here to answer your questions and to tell you a little bit more about this exciting programme here at our Dumfries campus. If you have any questions for us, please do just send them in. You can use the comment section here on the video you're watching, or you can go to slido.com and you can use the code #UofGDumfries on slido.com and send in your questions. We are here to answer them. Don't worry if you're not watching live either. If you're watching this afterwards, it's absolutely fine. Send in your comments and your questions anyway. We'll be monitoring the chat and the comments in the Slido for a few days after as well, so we don't want to miss anyone out. Don't worry if you've not watched us live, send in those questions and we are here to answer them for you today. Now, I am delighted to be joined today with Lizanne, who is our Programme Director. Hi, Lizanne.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon and good evening.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm also delighted to welcome Sophia. Hi, Sophia.
Hi, hello.
Sophia is a current student on this programme, Sustainable Tourism and Global Challenges. We are delighted to have her with us today. Thank you so much for joining. We have already got so many questions to get through, so I'm desperate to get to these. What I'll do just now, though, is I'll let you tell us a little bit more about this programme, just to give us a bit of a highlight and overview of what our students can expect. And then we'll get some questions answered afterwards. So, Lizanne, I'll hand over to you now. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Amy, for that introduction. My name is Lizanne Henderson. I'm a senior lecturer in history, and I'm also the Programme Director of the Sustainable Tourism and Global Challenges programme here at the Dumfries campus, University of Glasgow. This programme, it's now in its third year, and it has attracted absolutely fantastic students so far from all over the world. We have students coming from places like China, Japan, Indonesia, USA, the Maldives, Egypt, Kazakhstan, Barbados, and our lovely student Sophia from Mexico, who's currently doing the degree this year. I'll explain the courses in just a moment, but first let me tell you a little bit about what the programme is about and why it might just be the right programme for you. So the Sustainable Tourism programme, it should give you a strong understanding of sustainable tourism through looking at a wide range of case studies, examples of good practice, of course, some examples of bad practice as well, and examining the critical, the methodological, and theoretical approaches and skills that you will most likely encounter should you decide to pursue a career in the tourism industry or within the heritage management sector. This programme will help you to develop an awareness of the cultural and environmental issues impacted by tourism, and hopefully be able to apply practical solutions to some of those challenges. So some of the specific aims, I won't read through all of this because you can do that on your own, but some of the specific aims of the programme are to help you to possess the skills to identify, assess, determine, and implement sustainable tourism solutions, to help you develop an advanced understanding at both a local and global level as well, and how you might respond to some of those challenges. Now, by the end of the programme, we are hoping that you will have acquired a certain level of knowledge and understanding about current challenges facing tourism from a global perspective, be able to analyze the various principles, methods, even the limitations of some of these sustainability issues, to be able to reflect critically on various tourism policy approaches in different kinds of contexts. We're hoping also that you'll get subject-specific skills as a result of taking this program. What do I mean by that? I mean being able to, examine a multi and interdisciplinary approach to tourism management, to analyze the theoretical and practical limitations of the different sustainable tourism management strategies, and hopefully demonstrate independent problem-solving skills as well. We're also hoping that you'll come out of the program with certain intellectual skills and transferable key skills. Again, what do I mean by this? I mean being able to engage critically and responsibly with the identification of appropriate methods to undertake ethical research, to collaborate in a team. Some of the things that we get you to do throughout the program is to work with other of your students, your peer group, to help to set priorities, to implement project management skills, to articulate complex ideas in various ways, whether that is in written form, but also in oral form as well. Now, I'm sure you're all keen to know what exactly is the program involved, like what is involved when you take this particular degree. It's fairly course intensive. It does ask you to take 7 courses over the year. You will undertake then also, once you've completed your courses, you will then undertake a dissertation, or perhaps a placement is an option as well. And I'll explain that in just a minute. 6 out of the 7 courses we ask you to do are compulsory, so you don't really have to think too much about this. There's only 1 course where you have an option, where you can take something that's perhaps a bit more tailored to your particular interests. So in terms of the actual breakdown, you can see that there on the PowerPoint. It breaks down as 3 courses in the first semester and then 4 courses in the second semester. You might want to know something about some of these courses. In semester 1, you will take Sustainable Tourism, which is basically, this is convened by Dr. Gocha Umutlu. It introduces you to the foundational principles of sustainable tourism. It gives you a good grounding in what is to follow for the rest of the program. You'll learn the latest approaches in sustainable tourism in this course, engage with the policy environment, hopefully gain insights into realistic responses to challenges encountered in the tourism industry as well. If you're interested in knowing what the assessment is, it tends to be an industry-focused briefing paper for that particular course. The other course there, which is Core Wildlife Tourism Environmental Responsibility, that's one that I convene, and it considers the social, the environmental, the economic benefits of wildlife tourism, the important role of conservation within wildlife-focused tourism, and again, kind of looking at positives but also negatives impacts of wildlife tourism through a kind of case study approach. Assessments for this course are, there's an online worksheet or 2 online worksheets and a consultancy report that's delivered at the end of the course, and there's also a field trip associated with that course. And then in your first semester, you'll also be taking Economics of Circular Tourism. That is taught by Professor Patrizia Riganti. This course has been designed to help students understand the challenge of managing tourism at cultural heritage destinations and use economic valuation techniques to support decision-making. The aim of this course is to provide you with the skills to become future generators of sustainable values for inclusive and sustainable global economy. Assessments are a group project, so you have to work with others in the class, and a written report, and there's also a field trip where Patrizia takes you to Edinburgh. In your second semester, you will take Sustainable Heritage Management. That's also one that I particularly convene, which provides knowledge of cultural heritage management at both kind of theory and practice. We look at various topics such as, cities of culture. We look at tangible and intangible heritage. We look at ethical issues and challenges of heritage management. Again, there is a field trip for this course, and assessments are a poster presentation and a research essay. You'll also take in semester 2 social science research methods. This was formerly taught by Professor Riganti, but next year it will be moving to Dr. Umutlu, who will be taking this course on to help you acquire the necessary research skills to understand the significance of the various concepts, methods, and ethics involved in social science research. And the assessment for that includes a critical reflection exercise. And then finally, you will take with Professor Douglas Shand a course called Innovation and Technology in Sustainable Tourism. The intention of this course is to provide you with a kind of more in-depth knowledge of the various technologies that can be used to develop, deliver, and support digital tourism, understand the benefits, perhaps the implications of technologies. So I'm thinking here of things like virtual and augmented reality, artificial intelligence, drones, and other types of emerging technologies. Assessments on this course include a short analytical report and an essay on a particular technology strategy. And then, of course, you would take in semester 2 one of the options. So I'm not going to run through all of that. If you are interested in hearing more about the various different optional courses, do feel free to reach out, and we can provide you with a bit more detail should you require it. So once all your courses are done, you will then go on to choose between a dissertation and a placement. I would say the vast majority of students do go for dissertation. The dissertation requires you to write approximately 12,000 to 15,000 words. You are allocated a supervisor for that process, and you will attend monthly meetings with that supervisor, usually about, once or twice a semester, a month, I mean, during the summer period. And the supervisor is there basically just to give you some additional support through the dissertation process. You choose the topic, so you come up with your topic on some aspect of sustainable tourism and global challenges. Among the many advantages of the dissertation is that it provides you with an opportunity to gain intensive experience of independent research, to hone your writing, your communication skills, and to develop expertise in a specific topic of your choice. If you do choose to do the placement, which is entirely possible, it offers you the opportunity to undertake an agreed project during about an 8-week period with a suitable organization or business, usually over the months of June and July. And in addition, you attend various workshops and preparatory sessions during term time. You have to have a writing up period in August as well for the conclusion of the placement. And you have to, for the assessment is based on a portfolio that you construct, kind of a reflective e-portfolio, so it has an online presence. You also produce a report for that of about 7,000 words. Some of the advantages of the placement are to integrate knowledge gained from your degree, so you can put some of those skills into practice. And anyway, you can see this is the kind of the general structure. Whatever you decide to do, whether you decide to take this program or not take this program, I wish you well. But if you do decide to come with us, and you'll be very welcome, do remember to pack your enthusiasm. We love enthusiasm on the Dumfries campus, and also a raincoat because it does rain considerably here in Scotland. So I shall turn you back over to Amy and Sophia, who will address some of your other additional questions.
Dan, thank you so much. Fantastic to hear all about this program. It's so exciting, and the range that our students get, in terms of electives and our core courses, and that ability to really specialize into something that is interesting to them and that they're passionate about is so important. So thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to invite Sophia to join us. Sophia, thank you so much. I know this is your program. I know it's something you're really passionate about, and something that you love to talk about. So I wondered if I could ask you just to introduce yourself a wee bit. Maybe tell us a little bit about your experiences so far, and a little bit about your motivations, and the passion that you have behind this subject area.
Sure. Thank you, Amy. So hello, everyone. I'm Sophia. I'm a current international student here at the Dumfries campus in the University of Glasgow. This program, like my whole experience, have been, I would like to say that it have actually exceed my expectations from what I was imagining of. I do have a tourism background, and thankfully also like a lot of professional work experience as well. And one of like the main deficiencies that I could like identify from the industry was definitely how it will not be able to, sustain for like the near future. So I already knew I wanted to make my master's in a related topic, and when I found out about the University of Glasgow, it just, fit like a glove for what I was looking for. It definitely, as you can see, like the whole program, it really has these lovely courses like through all the year. I have loved each one of them, to be honest. I do not have like a favorite one, because all of them have like this really unique point of view, but also at the same time, the majority of my classes like talk globally regarding like what is happening, out there in the world, regarding tourism and regarding like sustainability. And it definitely have helped me a lot with that more sustainable environmental point of view. It actually makes me question, a lot of things. I have a lot of international also classmates that we actually get able to assess like what is my country doing for that, and what is your country doing for it. And of course we also learn about like UK, a lot of Scotland. I think it's beautiful how Scotland has this really high perception of like heritage, and like how they like the whole efforts they make to actually maintain their history. And it's so rich and really unique, regarding that country. Dumfries campus, it's perfectly located regarding being a sustainability and environmental school. Definitely, it like even the campus itself, you're gonna be immersed in like this whole green space that it's definitely beautiful. It also has a teaching garden, which we did get class there. Definitely different. I never got the chance to ever did that. So I really like it. It completely changed the setting. And the whole program itself, it's also enhanced with the field trips that I love them. They were so, I would like to say they were like really well planned field trips that I got to look at, because not only we got to, like see other places of Scotland, but also we got to be like in direct touch with how some of the companies work. I remember we got to go to the Edinburgh Zoo, and we got to meet their like sustainability department, that it's like a whole organization there. They tell us like how they work, what they were aiming for, regarding like from the zoo point of view. It was amazing. So it has definitely been like a really well like experience for me.
Sophia, that is so wonderful. I mean, you speak with such passion about this program and about your subject area, and I love it so much, because you can see just, the work you're doing is really exciting. It's really exciting, and that totally comes through. I'm so glad that that's been your experience. I'm so glad that you're able to share that with us today. So thank you so much. We have so many questions coming. We had a couple sent in as well. So we're going to just dive straight in. If you have any questions for us, just a reminder, you can head to slido.com, and when it asks you for a code, you just use U of G Dumfries, and you can ask a question to our lovely panel here. And as I say, don't worry if you're not watching live. We're still going to be monitoring the Slido for a little while, and our comment section as well. So we'll make sure you get those answers to you. Just send them in. We're happy to help. We are here to help. And speaking of, let's go over our first question here. So this was sent in via Slido. Thank you so much. How global is the program? What are the places that we'll study? There's a couple of layers to this question, I think, as well. Remember you mentioned it earlier, Lisanne, about our cohort, and Sophia, you mentioned it too, about the international student cohort that we have on campus is truly diverse. It's truly from across the world. So I think from that perspective, we have a really nice opportunity to bring in different cultures and perspectives and have a truly global campus. But Lisanne, I'll let you come in first and answer this question.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a short answer, really. It's very global. I mean, we do there. I mean, there's certain number of case studies that are Scotland based because we're in Scotland, so there's a kind of Scottish flavor, if you like, but with a global lens, shall we say? Um, the places we study, well, that's going to vary. Like it varies course to course to course to course, and also the expertise of the given course convener. But I would say most of the different continents in the world are represented to one. Maybe Antarctica doesn't get quite enough attention, but yeah, we do tend to go to most of it. And it can also be dictated also by the student body that year. So that can influence the particular things that we discuss, because there should be quite a lot of interaction in the class. So that can direct, whether we're talking about China or Japan or Mexico or Svalbard or whatever. It can be kind of dependent on what the students' interests are. So it can shape, if you like, some of those conversations.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And Sophia, you're nodding along there. Has that been your experience as well in class?
Yeah, definitely. Not only our classes itself have like our global point of view. We do get to touch like in a specific place, on every class. But as well as my, the opinion that all of my classmates have, it definitely, it's really unique. It's really from their own experiences and what have they actually have lived in their own country. Definitely enriches the whole global concept.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. We have another question here, and Sophia, I'm pretty sure this one is for you. What elective did you choose? I'm going to go to you for this one. So, what elective in semester 2 did you pick?
Okay, so I actually got the climate change elective because well, it has always been like my main target to go to the climate change sustainability part of tourism. I definitely will 100% recommend the elective. Definitely. I have a tourism background, like a complete tourism background. So like natural sciences, it's not something that I was like exposed to. So climate change definitely make that huge shift, like completely make it. It was a little bit scary at first, but then as I got to read more, I got to be more involved in the teacher that I got. It was amazing as well. So it definitely, if you can, and if you already know that you're keen on, that point of view, definitely go for climate change in tourism. Yeah.
That's fantastic. And I suppose, we're quite fortunate here on our Dumfries campus and within our school that our students can really mix with other programs and other specialisms within their classes. So, you're saying it was, quite daunting and you're going into this new kind of subject area, but did it help at all that you had students who were, maybe on an environmental program that you could then talk with and get to know a bit better as well?
Oh, definitely. It helped a lot because, they were like the professionals, but from a different, program. So it was really interesting because they also had their own points of view. And I remember we had like a bunch of the ones from communications. And they were so well spoken. I love that. I really love that. I was like, okay, I need to work on that as well.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so good. I'm so glad that was your experience. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have so many questions. I'm like, we could talk forever. Okay, next question here is, what support is there at the university for getting a job? So I'm going to dive straight in on this one because I love talking about this. We have loads of support. Frankly, is a short answer. From a university level, we have obviously our networks, we have the full, resources of the University of Glasgow behind us. So when it comes to things like CV writing, your LinkedIn profile, just networking events, things like that, research events, research webinars that you can join in with, there's a lot of opportunity there to build up those transferable skills. we're part of the College of Social Sciences. So as a college, we also have, you know, our employability programs. We have lots of resources online as well. So things like little mini courses that you can do, things in like public speaking or presentation skills, things that can be really useful but really transferable as well. You know, it's not necessarily program or topic specific, but it's those really important transferable graduate skills that, you know, you're working on as well. And then from a school level, as our school and our campus, you know, we've got events on, and all of our team, our researchers, our lecturers are all in research in some form. So there's opportunities to get involved with the research going on, whether it's attending a seminar or attending, you know, an event or a conference that's on, and you're able to work on those networking skills, on those, like, you know, professional skills as well. Lots of opportunity. Basically, I've rambled there. I love talking about this. Can you tell? And also just a little shout out as well. We have program-specific careers pages. It's on the bottom of your screen right now, going past. And the link to that is on our website. It's glasgow.ac.uk/schools/SES/postgraduate/careers. Every single one of our programs at our school has a web page dedicated to careers and employability skills. So you can go onto this web page, you can find the one for sustainable tourism and global challenges. It'll give you ideas of different career types. You can click onto them and get things like salary expectations, working expectations, how to get into the job, current vacancies as well. There's loads. We talk about sustainable development goals and what we link to, and we also have all our links to our resources, like videos from some of our graduates, some of our current past students as well, and we have links to our college, university and school resources also. So a little shout out to those pages, because that's going on what we're doing right now. But I mean, Sophia, from your perspective, have you been able to join in with any of these events, or, you know, any of these opportunities at a school, college, or university level?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I joined one that was, you know, like to improve my LinkedIn presence.
Nice.
That it was like a short, I would like to say like masterclass. I was really interested in it, and it was really good. I really like it. And as those type of like masterclasses, the university, the specific department of you know, helping employability, they do send over like emails regarding like what are the next events or what are the next classes that they're gonna have. And yeah, even from the start of like the assignments that you get to do, I definitely feel whenever I finish them, I feel really professional. I would like to say it that way, because it definitely have a different structure. You definitely get to work on skills that you might have, but you haven't like awake yet. I would like to say that. So definitely, like, since the first assignment, you get to improve on those like more work-related skills that I can definitely see them helping me for, you know, the pursuing positions that I want to have in tourism, in the sustainability, you know, department.
Yeah, totally. Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. And I mean, Lizanne, from a lecturer, from a teacher perspective, I mean, we've talked already in your presentation about the various skills that we're hoping to help our students develop, whether that's really, you know, subject specialist related or those more transferable skills. But I mean, for you, I mean, what's your experience been in terms of supporting those skills and those developments, and how have you seen that kind of change, I guess, as we go through the program?
Yeah, I suppose like where I tend to get involved in this is like students asking me for references. I get an awful lot of requests for references, but that, you know, that is a support in a way, right? Like,
yeah, definitely,
you know, trying to help students secure a job, or indeed going on to do further research. So, you know, references come in for PhD applications and things like that as well. Occasionally it's through some of our, you know, not just myself, but other of the lecturing staff, through some of our own networks. We can help to put students in touch with specific organizations or connections that we might have to help them at least, you know, get a foot in the door and, you know, begin a conversation with an organization. So it tends to manifest in those kinds of ways.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. That's really great. And thank you both so much for sharing your experiences. I think we have time for just one more question, and we'll sneak one in here. And that is, can you share your experiences of field work? So you've talked about this already, Sophia, a little bit, is getting out and about into the field and hands-on experiences. And thank you so much for sending in this question. It's a great question. We love talking about this. It's a specialty of our school and our campus, I think. But Sophia, is there anything more that you would like to say just about fieldwork in general, or any experiences you'd like to share?
Any experiences? Well, here, regarding the fieldwork, I will like in my perspective, the field trips that we get to have are really linked with this one, with the fieldwork that we get to experience more, like in a first approach, I would like to say. Definitely, they make you feel, or not, you actually get to learn, but by doing it, we do have a lot of broad theory, but when we do get to go to our field trips, they make you work as if you were like applying the theory there as well. And I do remember reading about like small villages, and how were they like sustaining themselves, and how were they capturing more tourists. And then coincidentally, I got to go to a field trip to one of the villages here in Scotland, and we did have this lovely activity of what would be like our recommendations, what do we assess as their main attractive ness in the place. And I remember being like, oh, I just read this. I just read this, and it made me feel like I was like connecting my knowledge with actually going to the place and be like, okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot.
That must be so exciting and very reassuring as well, when you're out there and thinking, I read about this and I can do this now. That must be so exciting. So, I'm so glad that's been your experience. Thank you so much for sharing. That is all we have time for, I'm afraid, today. Thank you so much to everyone for sending in your questions. It's been a genuine delight to speak to you guys today and to answer all of these. If you have any more questions for us, as I say, use the comments, use Slido. It's totally fine. Send in your questions. We are here to answer them. If there's any more information that you'd like, you can head over to our website. It's glasgow.ac.uk/Dumfries. Lots of things there to check out, like our student stories, where you can hear all about current and past students, our graduates, our alumni, all about what they're up to now. There's loads of videos, loads of articles, blog posts, pictures. There's loads on there. So have a little look-see and you can see the genuine, true experience of our students here in Dumfries. You can also book things like a campus tour. So if you'd like to come and visit, not a problem. We are open. Come and visit us anytime. You'll get to meet wonderful student ambassadors like Sophia, and maybe go on a little bit of a guided tour, ask some questions, say a little bit more about the facilities here on our campus, and just generally find out more about our life here in Dumfries and our community and everything that goes on here at our school. So thank you so much, Lizanne and Sophia, for joining us today. It genuinely has been a pleasure. I really enjoyed our conversation. So thank you so much for joining us today and sharing all this wonderful information. Thank you everyone for watching. It's been great to have you. And we very much, I think I speak for all of us here, we very much hope to see you on campus in September on this wonderful program. So I'll say thank you once again and bye for now, everyone. See you later. Bye.
Bye.